In this guide, I'm going to show you the value ladder concept of this channel and how it is valuable, why it will be valuable to you. If your goal is to escape the mainstream system where you are trapped in wage slavery, or you have a business that is not serving you like you would want it to, then this channel is for you. And the content that I plan to put out in future, focusing on productivity, of self-reliance, etc., this will be advantageous for you if you are in a stage of life where you have your own business, or you are looking to create your own business, not for purely financial gains, although this is important, but for contributing a greater to a greater whole, for purpose, for your own spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical development, your intellectual development, and for giving others the value that you so have researched and that comes naturally to you. So I'm going to show you the value ladder concept. If you bear with me. You see that? Beautiful. Okay. So the first step in this value ladder is what I like to call the inception phase. This is where you are wanting to build a business that you haven't started yet. You have an idea. You are exploring the ways that you can bring value to the population that really understands this world is corrupt. It is full of vices, full of pollutants, full of things, generally bad things that are looking to poison our bodies, our minds, souls, etc. And you wish to help people fight back against that. You are being a rebel in this case. And you are using this passion, this purpose as leverage to create an income. Whether you have started this already and you're wanting to scale, or you haven't started and you wish to know how to, this is where the inception phase of the holistic productivity framework. This is for increasing your productivity if it isn't where you would like it to be right now, whether you are an established entrepreneur or you are just starting out. This will give you the tools to really make effective change. This will include deep work protocols, diet, exercise protocols, meditation, mindfulness, etc., supplementation, behavioral changes, journaling, etc. This is part of caring for our mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical health. So, holistic productivity number one. Once you have this framework, which I'll be teaching in many upcoming videos, in perhaps 20, 50, 100 upcoming videos, this will give you a strategic framework to navigate how to produce your most meaningful work, producing value for your target audience, for the market you are serving, and thus creating a means of financial support for the next tier of the value ladder. This is the part where you have earned the capital to buy your own land, to purchase a land base. This is what I call a land base. And you are looking further into the future. Perhaps you have a long-term partner, you have children or plan to have children in the future. This is where you look at your stability. Maybe you are living in a rental accommodation, maybe you have your own house, maybe you have land already, or you're living at home. This is where you realize that getting your food, getting your water, outsourcing these essential necessities is a mistake, because once you outsource responsibility for these things that are so foundational to your health, you have outsourced your health, your longevity entirely. This is a mistake. So once you have realized this, and I'm sure many of you have, you are going to go about buying the land for your future homestead slash land base. Once you have purchased this, you now want to develop it into a functioning homestead, providing vegetables, meat, dairy, etc., all the foodstuffs, providing your own electricity, your own water, means of collecting it, etc., etc. Filtration systems, sewage systems, toiletry systems, means for creating your essential and also optional amenities, perhaps ingredients for paints, for whittling, wood for whittling, etc. The list goes on. Herbs for herbal applications for medicines. And this is really about creating a foundation where if you have built your business to a substantial means where you don't have to go back to it, you have found that this business is not for you. This is fine. I am happy with my station in life right now. I just want to live. I want to grow my own food. I want to live with my family, enjoy my kids, my wife, my husband, etc. This is fine. You do not have to go beyond this. However, once you have ascended into this phase of self reliance, you do not have to rely on the system anymore. You can choose to opt for the third tier of this framework, this value ladder, and this is to choose to join the Green Capital Collective. This is a future endeavor that I plan to launch when I have established clientele, people who are so passionate about entrepreneurship, for stewardship of the earth, whether this is in the financial industry, ethical investing, etc., whether this is in food security, in global policy, in reforestation schemes with financial incentives and backings as a long-term investment, etc. This is about creating a organization that we can lean on. This is by no means a organization that is headed by one person. I will have this to be one that is a council where we can discuss, have dialogue about ways we can push forward our goal of environmental restoration through business, and giving ourselves the upper hand against those evil forces, those corporate forces, governmental forces that seek to undermine our own self-reliance as individuals, as family units, and as communities. This is what we need to be fighting against in the modern day, as so many have found we have lost control of our own circumstances. If we, for example, experience an EMT, an electromagnetic pulse, as it is most commonly known, where we had no longer access to supermarkets, maybe it's the apocalypse, etc., would we be able to survive? This is the question. We need to develop the skills we once had, our grandparents once had, great grandparents, about self reliance, about not depending on the system, choosing to engage with it consciously. For example, when they go out and buy flour or sugar, maybe this was 100 years ago in 1900, but they had a vegetable garden, they had a milk cow, they had your grandfather probably built his house with his own hands, or great grandfather. Your grandmother, great grandmother probably knew how to make cheese, preserves. Both your grandparents could butcher an animal. They had security in the most literal sense, whereas they could control their own circumstances. You in the modern day have been reverted to a helpless chimp that cannot provide for her own means. And this is by design, this is by intentionality. We cannot function without the system, and this is evil. This is what we must escape from, because once we outsource our health to the nanny state, to the government, to anyone other than ourselves, we have lost. And this is the goal of this channel, to educate you on how to safeguard your health, how to grow your businesses, or establish your business in a framework of holistic productivity to furthermore buy land, establish your land base, and to live independently from the system. And then, if you so choose, to re engage with the system, but not from a dependent standpoint, rather engaging as your grandparents did, choosing to consciously to do business, commerce, to engage with your brothers and sisters in the Green Capital Collective network, where we will help each other towards the common goal of ecological restoration through business. This is something that is very close to my heart, and I'm sure if you are watching, if you are engaged in this video, this is something that we need to prioritize, as uncertainty is so constant in the modern day. Uncertainty is certain, really. So without further ado, I'll let you go. But really, this channel is here to educate you and serve you in the ways I have listed formally, and to give you back control where you've been subjected to lack of control by deliberate conditioning. This is what we wish to reverse. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.